Good morning, students. Today, in the part 3 explanation of lesson number 3, the topic which I am going to explain, that is plastics. So, first of all, students, you should know what is plastic, how it is formed, what it is made up of. These are very important things which you should definitely know about the plastics. So first of all, students, you should know that plastic is also a polymer, and this polymer is formed by the joining together of the small organic molecules. So this plastic, which is a polymer, it is formed as a result of the joining together of many small organic molecules, and these small organic molecules, they join in such a manner that they form a chain like pattern. So this is how the small organic molecules of which this plastic polymer is made up of is formed. Then second important thing about this organic molecule, which is said to be the building block for making the plastic, is that they are formed as a result of the polymerization of organic compounds. So these organic molecules, which are supposed to be the building blocks for making the plastic, they are formed by the polymerization of organic compounds, and these organic molecules, they mainly consist of carbon along with other substances, and they are come from where we can get these organic molecules which are used for making this plastic, that is from the petroleum and natural gases. So these are the sources from where we get these organic molecules which join together to form a chain like pattern, resulting in the formation of this plastic. Second important thing is that this plastic word is derived from the Greek word. It is derived from the Greek word which is called as plastikos. So what is the Greek word from which this plastic word is derived? This plastic word is derived from the Greek word called plastikos. And what is the meaning of this? Plastikos in Greek means the thing which is capable of being shaped. Means that thing which can be given shape, or they can be molded. We can give them different shapes or mold them according to our desire. So this is the meaning of the plastic. Now it is important for you to know some of the important characteristics of plastic. So the first important characteristic of plastic is what? That is, the plastics, they do not react with chemicals. And first general characteristic of plastic is what? That the plastics, they do not react with the chemicals. And advantage of this, that the plastic does not react with the chemical, is what? That is, because of this property or this characteristic of the plastic, what is there? We are able to store certain cleaning fluids which we use for cleaning the various things in our homes and other places. Why? Because this plastic is not reacting with the chemicals, and these cleaning fluids which we use in our homes for various purposes, they are made up of several types of chemicals. And since the plastic is having this characteristic that it does not react with the chemicals, so plastic bottles or containers, they are used as very good storage for storing these type of chemicals. Second important characteristic of the plastic is that they are light in weight, they are strong, durable, and inexpensive. That means the things which are made up of plastic, they are not very expensive like the things which are made up of metals, etc. Their durability is also very long, means we can use the things or the objects which are made up of plastic for very long period of time. They are strong also, and they are light in weight also. Third important general characteristic of the plastic is that the plastics, they act as thermal and electrical insulators. So these are the three general characteristics of the plastic. Now see, thermal and electrical insulators. How these plastics are acting as thermal insulators. You might have seen, students, that the various things which we are using around us, like the electric circuit board is there, electrical switches are there, plugs are there, even insulation of the electrical wire through which we conduct the electricity in our houses, that also is having a coating or covering of, outer covering of plastics. Or why? Because these plastics, they behave like thermal insulators, means they do not allow the heat to flow through them, and as a result they did not get damaged. Second thing, the plastic is also having the property that they act as electrical insulators, and that's why, because of this characteristic, they are also used for, the plastics are also used for various purposes. In our homes we have seen various type of things in the kitchen, like the frying pan is there, pressure cooker is there, and many more type of things, spatulas are there. They are made up of plastic, because this plastic is having it acts like a thermal insulator. And as I have told you that the electrical wires, electrical circuit boards, plugs, switches, they are also made up of plastic, because they do not allow the electric current to flow through them, and thereby they act like electrical insulators. Now students, after this I will be telling you about the type of plastics. So there are mainly two types of plastics. There are mainly two types of plastics on the basis of their effect of heat. On the basis of what? On the basis of the effect of heat when they are heated at different very high temperature. How they react or how they are affected by the heat. So the name of those two categories of plastics are thermoplastic and thermosetting type of plastic. So first type of plastic category or type of plastic is thermoplastic, and the second type is the thermosetting plastic. Now after this I will explain you one by one some of the general characteristic features of this type of plastics. So first let us take about the thermoplastic. So this thermoplastic is a long linear chain of polymer, and it is having weak bonds. These polymers which are present in the long linear chain like pattern, they are interconnected with each other by weak bonds. This is clear to you? And as a result, when these objects which are made up of thermoplastic type of plastic, when they are heated, what happens? They melt. These things, they melt. Why? Because the weak bonds with which the polymers are connected in a chain like pattern, that is very weak, and when we heat these objects which are made up of thermoplastic, then what happens? These weak bonds, they break down. So this is the effect of the heat on thermoplastic type of plastic. And due to this is the advantage, you can say, which the thermoplastic is having. And because of this property, that when the thermoplastic is heated, then the weak bonds which are present in between the polymers, they break down. And when they break down, what happens? It helps us in remolding or melting this plastic and giving them shape according to our liking again and again. So many times we can melt the objects which are made up of thermoplastic type of plastic, and we can remold them, because this plastic it melts on heating. But these bondings, weak bondings which have broken down when we have heated, after cooling they again rejoin together. So these are some of the general characteristics about the first type of plastic, that is the thermoplastic. Now I will tell you some of the examples of the thermoplastic. That is, for example, PVC is there, polyvinyl chloride, PVC pipes you have heard, that is PVC is there. Second, polypropylene is there, then polythene is there, as well as the polypropylene, polystyrene, then PVC. These are some of the examples of thermoplastic type of plastic. And this thermoplastic type of plastic is used for making various types of things, like for making the plastic wraps, food containers, lighting panels, garden hoses, toys, plastic bags, etc. So these are some of the uses of the thermoplastic type of plastic. That is, they can be used for making the plastic wraps, they are used for making plastic containers, they can be used for making toys, plastic bags, as well as they can be used for making the garden hoses. So these are some of the uses of this thermoplastic type of plastic. Now I will explain you about the second type of plastic, that is the thermosetting plastic. And this thermosetting plastic is a type of plastic in which long linear chains of polymers, they are cross-linked with each other, and they are having very strong bonding in between them. And what is the advantage of this? The advantage of this is, wait a minute, students. So I was telling you about the second type of plastic, that is the thermosetting type of plastic. And this thermosetting type of plastic is a plastic which is having the linear polymer chain which are cross-linked, and they are strongly bonded with each other. As a result, what happens? That is, the objects which are made up of this type of plastic, that is the thermosetting plastic, they does not melt on heating. And if we try to melt them by overheating them, then what will happen? These things, they will crack and become charred. So this is the effect of the excessive heat on this thermosetting type of plastic. That is, they will not melt, but they will crack or they become charred. Third important characteristic about this thermosetting plastic is that they cannot be remelted and remolded more than once. So once we have given shape to the objects which we are making with the thermosetting type of plastic. Once they have been given shape, they cannot be remelted and they cannot be remolded, means we cannot change their shape again. Once whatever shape we have given, after that we can't change their shape or we cannot remold them by melting them. So these are some of the important characteristics of the second type of plastic, which is called as the thermosetting type of plastic. Now some of the examples, major examples of thermosetting type of plastic is like the bakelite is there and melamine. Bakelite and melamine, these are the major examples of thermosetting type of plastics. This bakelite, which is a thermosetting type of plastic, behaves like an electrical insulator, means it does not allow the electricity to flow through them, and that's why they are used for making the electric circuit boards, electric plugs, switches, etc., as well as the handles of various cooking utensils or other things in which we cook the food, like for example the frying pan is there, pressure cooker is there. In these type of things, the handle is made up of bakelite type of plastic because it does not, it behaves like an electrical insulator, as well as also it does not get heated up. It also behaves like a thermal insulator also. That is, it does not allow the heat also to flow through them, and as a result the handles, they do not get heated up and we very easily catch the handle and remove the things away from the fire. Second example is the melamine. This melamine type of thermosetting plastic has the property of tolerating excess heat, and that's why it is used for making dinner cookwares as well as various types of decorative items, and it is also used for making the clothes of the firemen who extinguish the fire when any fire accident takes place. So the clothes of the firefighters which they wear at the time of fire accident for extinguishing the fire, that is also made up of melamine because it has the ability of tolerating very high temperature or heat. So with this, students, we come to an end of this topic of the plastic, and your homework for today is learn about plastics, their general characteristics, and about the two major types of plastics along with their uses. Thank you and have a nice day.